The obstetrician who delivers a baby exerts a gravitational force on it that is orders of magnitude greater than the force exerted by the planet Mars at that same moment. The hospital building itself has a greater gravitational influence. If astrology is based on a physical force, its fundamental mechanism is, physically, absurd.
But you can feel it. The energy is just off this week. My phone has been glitchy, emails are getting lost. It's Mercury retrograde. You're getting stuck on rigid science and ignoring the full picture, the birth chart, the ascendants. It's a unique cosmic fingerprint.
That buzz is a shared cultural narrative, and I understand that personal experience feels more real than physics. So let's talk about that experience.
Exactly. My personal horoscope predicted a financial opportunity. I bought a lottery ticket and won $50. And it also warned me of workplace tension, which helped me avoid a huge fight with my boss. It works.
It's fascinating how our minds work, isn't it? We are wired to look for hits and ignore the misses. Have you ever kept score of how many times your horoscope predicted things that didn't happen? That feeling that it's personal to you comes from something else, the Forer effect.
A trick. It felt real.
In 1948, psychologist Bertram Forer gave his students a personality test. Then he gave every single one of them the exact same unique analysis, copied from a newspaper astrology column. It was filled with vague statements like, "You have a great need for other people to like and admire you," or, "At times you have serious doubts as to whether you have made the right decision." He then asked the students to rate the analysis's accuracy. The average score was 4.26 out of 5.
So it's just general statements, but mine felt specific.
That feeling is amplified by the external locus of control it promotes. It's comforting to blame the stars for our failures and credit them for our successes. It also thrives on the superficial knowledge hypothesis. Belief is often highest not among the uninformed, but among those with just enough knowledge to feel they understand a complex system. Ultimately, the data is clear. Multiple studies show the stronger a person's analytical thinking skills, the less likely they are to believe in astrology.
Maybe my analytical skills are lower than yours, fact. Or maybe I'm just trying, like everyone else, to make sense of the chaos. You can't dismiss this fundamental human need with a study. You're describing it like a disease. You're ignoring the good it does. During the pandemic, it was a source of hope for millions. For feminist and LGBTQ+ communities, it has become a tool of empowerment, a way to explore identity outside of traditional structures. And the market proves it. Apps like CoStar and The Pattern have millions of paying subscribers. In our hyper-competitive digital age, every download is a vote of confidence.
The commercial success is undeniable, but it doesn't prove the system is true. It proves that it's filling a void. Trust in traditional institutions is at an all-time low. People are desperate for a map to navigate their anxiety. It's a retreat from the hard work of critical thinking. This leads to the ultimate paradox of our age. We use smartphones built on quantum physics to read horoscopes written for Babylonians.
You're fixated on modern society, but you're ignoring millennia of human observation. The Babylonians, who gave us algebra, spent centuries mapping the sky and recording its correspondences. Think of the Vedic Jyotisha in India, a system of staggering mathematical and philosophical complexity still used by millions for crucial decisions today. Or the Roman emperors who wouldn't lift a finger without their astrologer. You're dismissing the collective wisdom of some of history's greatest civilizations as if it were a passing fad.
You're right, Buzz. The weight of history is on your side, and the need for meaning is universal. But history is full of beautiful ideas that turned out to be wrong. To know the difference, we have to test them.
Okay, but there's one area where it truly shines: love. It's the ultimate guide to compatibility. Knowing your partner is a compatible sign gives you the confidence that your love is written in the stars.
This buzz is perhaps the most dangerous aspect because the scientific data on this is catastrophic. A massive UK biobank study on nearly 80,000 couples found that real-life compatibility has zero correlation with birth dates. What truly predicts it are shared values.
But the belief itself can help a couple stay positive.
Actually, studies show it does the opposite. People who believe relationships are destined are worse at resolving conflicts. When problems arise, they're more likely to give up. They think it wasn't meant to be, instead of putting in the work that actually builds strong bonds. The belief system itself can be harmful.
But the picture is always more complex than one study.
Good, then let's take the perfect test case, where the picture is identical, astrological twins. The famous Minnesota twin studies analyze identical twins born minutes apart, but reared in separate environments. They have virtually identical astrological charts. According to astrology, their personalities, careers, health, and major life events should be nearly identical. The results of that study are considered the definitive kryptonite to astrological claims. Their lives are often wildly different. The studies prove that their similarities are due to genetics, and their differences are due to environment. Astrology was a zero factor.
There have to be other energies, subtleties your studies can't measure. You're treating a symbolic map of the soul as if it were a rigid scientific blueprint.
A map. That's the perfect word. But for a map to be useful, it has to represent the territory. And your map, Buzz, is hopelessly obsolete. Due to the precession of the equinoxes, the Earth's axis has shifted. The constellations are no longer where the Babylonians saw them. This means that today, when the sun enters Aries according to your horoscope, it is actually in the constellation of Pisces. The entire zodiac system is off by a full sign.
But Western astrology is tropical. It's based on the seasons, not the constellations. It's a point you always know and repeat.
A convenient after-the-fact correction. But the problem is deeper. Your cosmic map is tiny. It contains 12 signs and a handful of planets visible to the naked eye. The real cosmos, the one physics has revealed to us, is infinitely more vast and violent. It contains quasars that emit more energy than entire galaxies. It contains neutron stars so dense that a teaspoon of their matter would weigh billions of tons. It contains black holes whose gravity warps light and time itself. Don't you find it incredibly unlikely that your destiny is affected by the position of Mars, a cold, dusty rock, but not by these titanic forces that actually govern the universe? Yours is not a cosmic fingerprint. It's the fingerprint of a Bronze Age village that looked up at the night sky and tried to make sense of the world with the tools it had. But let's take your symbolism to the highest level of human intellect. Let's talk about Nobel Prize winners. A study in a peer-reviewed medical journal analyzed the zodiac signs of 171 Nobel laureates in medicine.
And I bet they found a pattern.
They found a statistically significant pattern. People born under Gemini were more likely to win. Leos were at a disadvantage.
Ha! There's the proof, I told you. Your own science proves the stars are linked to genius. It works.
No, Buzz, and this is the most important part. The authors published the study as an ironic demonstration of how statistics can be misused to find patterns in random noise. It's called a spurious correlation. With a large and complex data set, like a birth chart, you are guaranteed to find patterns that mean nothing. Their entire point was to show that finding a pattern does not mean you found a cause. It's the perfect demolition of your complex birth chart defense. And in a real crisis, like the COVID-19 pandemic, another study found zero correlation between star signs and mortality. When it truly matters, the stars are silent. Astrology offers a beautiful, comforting story, a narrative that makes us feel connected to a grand cosmic design. But it is indeed a story.
Maybe sometimes the story is what we need.
Perhaps, but there are two kinds of stories, Buzz. The ones that are written for us and the ones we write ourselves. The power to write the next chapter of your life doesn't lie in the stars. It lies in the choices you make.
Well, my horoscope for tomorrow says to be open to new perspectives.
But what do you think? Is astrology a useful map for self-reflection or a comforting illusion? Let us know in the comments, subscribe to Buzz and Fact, and we'll see you in the next video.